Hello, this video is for Sagittarius for the month of March 2020. And it's not just about having a normal astrological reading. This is a reading I'm doing from my standpoint as a healer to give you tips on what you can get the most mileage out of this month by working on, and what you can achieve by doing that work. It's also something that can give you food for thought in doing a session with me, which you can find out more about at andysway, andysway.com. So here's the deal for March. You have a new possibility in terms of your own idea of yourself, okay? Of your own deepest inner self. And that means your childhood issues, things that you've inherited from family, from society, kind of like the home that you were raised in. Think of it as that you were marinating in certain juices. And there's some of them that you definitely want to seal in and keep. And there are some of them that you want to get rid of. You need to be honest about that environment that you grew up in. And the payoff is that if you do, you're going to find more self-worth, more self-confidence, and possibly more money. Here's like a negative thing that Sagittarius can do. A lot of times Sagittarians feel like they're smarter than everybody else. A lot of times that's because they are. So it's not that it's false. Sagittarians are really smart. Luckily I have a Sag moon, so helps a little bit. But what happens is Sagittarians can be in denial of some of the darker parts of themselves. In astrology, Scorpio precedes Sagittarius, so it would be like the 12th house. It would be like all the hidden stuff of Sagittarius is in Scorpio. And so they kind of don't want to deal with that. They're like, nah, I'm good. Plus Sagittarius is very optimistic, very can-do. So what happens a lot of times is things get denied, things get swept under the rug. And in order to not prove their worldview false, a lot of Sagittarians will end up going into self-imposed isolation. They'll kind of wrap themselves up in a cocoon where they can have control of all the variables. And then that ends up just being a reflection of them not being able to be effective in the world, or their false belief that they're not effective in the world. And it ends up in potential poverty, in feelings of lack. And so if you're going through any of that on any level as a Sagittarius this month, what you really want to do is look at what you've inherited. And this is a big theme for a lot of signs this month. Look at how traumatized you've been from childhood and how that's still affecting you, and how you might have glossed over it in the past. But it's like a lead weight tied to your leg, and it's pulling you down. It's limiting your potential. So what you want to do is you want to go beyond that and dig deep into that. So think of your home that you grew up in. Think of the home that you've created for yourself now. Look at where the home you grew up in might have been more traumatic, more difficult than you've allowed yourself to realize. And the home that you've created for yourself now, within your own mind and your house, might be something where you've cut down on the variables in order to feel like you're in control. And the challenge this month is to let go of some of that so that you can kind of rejoin the flow and come into a state of more ease and prosperity and more self-confidence. Because hiding out is just a way of saying, I can't handle it. And if you think you can't handle it, then that means you have a certain image as being weak, as being ineffectual. So this month, look at those wounds that you're walking around with. Look at how you've made things smaller in your life, wherever that applies. And realize by opening all of that up, you're going to come in to more flow and more abundance. If you need any more help with these things, if you want to schedule a session, just go to my website, andysway.com, and you can see all the options. Otherwise, I look forward to talking to you next month. Thank you.